on May 11th. And so that brings several concerns for the community at large. And that's the overall numbers all at once, how they could overwhelm the feds and both us here locally. So
with the end of Title 42 nearing, the mayor of El Paso says the city will issue a full migrant state of emergency with another migrant surge expected over the next couple weeks. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Andy Morgan. KTSM 9 News reporter Shelby Cap joins us live from the U.S.-Mexico border. Shelby, the city is preparing for that public health order to be lifted, but we've already seen a little bit of an uptick in migrants at the border in recent weeks. So how is the city preparing?
Andy, Mayor Oscar Leeser did say that the plan is for that migrant state of emergency to be issued before May 11th. And he did say that there are 2 schools in El Paso that are ready for additional migrant shelter space. He also said that the Civic Center is also ready to be used as well. However, I spoke with shelters in El Paso and they are already seeing an influx of migrants, some already at capacity.
Center is we're operating over capacity at this point, which is all migrant families. And so we've seen that increase happen over the last 2 weeks. And it just seems to be sort of a gradual increase.
The Opportunity Center for the Homeless seeing the majority of migrants from Venezuela.
Predominantly from Venezuela with the appropriate documentation to be able to travel. But what we're finding, it's a bit more complex to work with this group because they don't have the financial resources to be able to make those travel plans.
Meanwhile, another shelter, the Rescue Mission of El Paso, has already had to evict single adult migrants from the shelter to make room for migrant families.
We got so many people in that we had to say, okay, there are so many children now that are out there on the street. We're going to prioritize that population.
Blake Barrow, the CEO of the Rescue Mission, showing papers on his desk for FEMA reimbursement for the care of migrants dating back to September of last year. But Barrow says they won't be reimbursed for many migrants due to those migrants not having the right documentation required for FEMA reimbursement.
The whole thing began back early part of September. I think September 9th was the first day that immigration just started dropping people off. And at that time, none of us knew what an A number was, so we weren't keeping track of records in that manner.
But he says the rescue mission is operating in the red, but will continue to take in migrants.
Would we do it anyway if FEMA were not reimbursing us? Yes, we would, to the greatest extent that we can. Would we go broke trying to do it? Yes, we would.
Now, when it comes to FEMA funding for the city, the deputy city manager does say that the city has asked for more than $40 million from FEMA for this calendar year. However, he did say that the city of El Paso does have money in the bank right now that can be utilized to deal with the migrant situation. Andy, back to you.
Yeah, and Shelby, I know that you said the city is planning to open up more shelter space with the end of Title 42 drawing near. What did officials say about the transportation then of migrants to their destinations?
The city did say that they are working with the county, and of course, as we reported, the county has been transporting migrants. They're going to work with them, but the county's facility can only handle about 1,200 migrants a day, and the deputy city manager did say they are anticipating to see many more migrants than 1,200 a day crossing here in El Paso once Title 42 is lifted. And Mayor Oscar Leeser today saying that he was told by a Juarez official that there are 35,000 migrants on the Juarez side waiting to cross into the U.S. once Title 42 is lifted.
Shelby Cap is reporting live from the U.S.-Mexico border tonight. Shelby, thank you. Meanwhile, this